Have you ever wondered why some people feel sick during a flight? Today, we unravel the science behind motion sickness in aviation. Our bodies are incredibly sophisticated, designed to respond and adapt to a myriad of situations. One of these responses is how we detect and handle motion. In the inner ear, there are two key players, the utricle and the saccule. These contain tiny auditory patches that play a crucial role in our perception of movement. When you tilt or turn your head, or perhaps move your body horizontally, these auditory patches in the utricle spring into action. They provide the necessary feedback to your brain, helping you adjust your posture and balance. Similarly, when you move in a vertical direction, let's say when you're in an elevator going up or down, it's the auditory patches in the saccule that take charge. They communicate with your brain, allowing you to maintain your balance and prepare for any necessary recovery movements. But what about those times when you're spinning or rotating? Maybe you're twirling around in a dance or quickly turning to catch a ball. That's when the auditory crests step in. They are pivotal in detecting these circular and rotating movements and are connected with what we call statokinetic reflexes. Keeping your balance, whether you're stationary, walking, or performing other movements, is a result of a delicate dance between these various reflexes and the contraction and relaxation of different muscle groups in your body. This intricate coordination is overseen by the cortical centers in your brain. However, when the appropriate stimulations of the vestibular apparatus exceed a certain limit due to high accelerations, it can cause a series of negative reactions, like dizziness, cold sweats, nausea, and changes in heart rate. So, the next time you feel a bit off balance, remember it's all due to the complex interplay of your body's reflexes and sensory systems. Now that we know the science behind body balance, let's dive into what happens when these mechanisms get overwhelmed, leading to motion sickness. Imagine you're on a flight, and suddenly the aircraft starts to accelerate. This acceleration can lead to excessive stimuli to the vestibular apparatus in your inner ear. This overload of stimuli can trigger a series of negative reactions in your body, such as dizziness, cold sweats, changes in your heart rhythm, and accelerated breathing. This is the phenomenon of flight sickness. It's the result of continuous accelerations that excessively stimulate your vestibular apparatus. It can be triggered by strong turbulence, tight turns, rotations, pitches, and other maneuvers where the gravitational force greatly exceeds the normal 1g. But it's not just about the physical aspects. Physiological aspects also play a crucial role in causing motion sickness. For instance, the fear of flying can exacerbate the sensation of motion sickness. Similarly, looking at the horizon from different angles can also contribute to the feeling of uneasiness. Interestingly, the discrepancy between visual and vestibular signals can also lead to motion sickness. Take, for example, an experienced pilot who's used to flying instrumentally. They might experience motion sickness because the visual sense doesn't match the vestibular signals received from the ear. But don't let this discourage you. Many pilots have experienced motion sickness at the beginning of their careers and less so later on. Even some experienced pilots have had to deal with it during certain maneuvers. To avoid this unpleasant sensation, here are a few tips. Pilot the aircraft appropriately and in a coordinated manner. Avoid maneuvers involving unusual, high accelerations. Steer clear of turbulent areas. Ventilate the cabin with fresh air. And in case the sensation strikes, engage as a passenger. Looking out at a distance can help identify ground references and reduce the sensation of motion sickness. Remember, experiencing motion sickness occasionally is nothing to worry about. With these tips, you can make your flight experience much more comfortable. Safe travels.